Hi teachers, hi mates. I'm going to start with my presentation. My name is Ibraim Ariel Cruz. So let's start. Well, my topic is the new digital tools for learning English. Okay, why did I choose this topic? Well, now we are at home with online classes and where the technology and smart devices are part of our life. Here we have a great opportunity to learn and use these new digital tools. There are important aspects that I should mention. What are the main problems? The first and the most important is COVID-19. It's radically changing the world and education. The second one is the implementation of a distance learning model. And the third one, the biggest challenge faced in the learning of a second language. Even though the reforms and laws have been implemented, the results aren't good. The proposal I share is that these new digital tools facilitate the learning process and the learning of a second language. This process would be more interesting and fun. Here we have my work objectives. The main objective of this work and for me is to bring a new perspective to research and on the use of the new digital tools. These objectives were created based on the great need and approach to technology, how it can be implemented and how it could contribute to education, all from a descriptive form, non-experimental point of view. Here, my first objective, understand the importance of new digital tools to develop learning. Number two, identify the learning processes of students in the application of these digital tools. Number three, determine digital tools based on student needs and English proficiency standards. Okay, number four, motivate students towards learning through these new digital tools. Number five, use technology as a didactic tool in the processes of interaction and learning. And the last one is learning is fun, interactive, and meaningful. My problem statement. Learning a second language in Mexico is a huge problem. Each student has a different processes and unique characteristics. It's not possible to generalize. Uh, this learning depends of many factors, but always is important to make clear that learning a second language opens a great opportunity. Well, in the schools and my practice, what the negative aspects do we find in the teaching of English? The negative aspects that I have found through my professional practice are the time given by studying is not enough. The programs of the study don't consider all needs of the students, the lack of infrastructure in the schools, um, the choice of material for the teachers and for the students, the teaching methodologies, and the lack of motivation of students. This is the negative aspects. Um, why is important to rely on technology for learning, for language learning? Using technology in the right way will achieve everything that traditional methods have failed to do. The distance learning will by no means replace face-to-face classes, but is necessary to make the most of it. Who will these digital tools help to teachers? These tools can help to teachers to complete or reinforce the knowledge or or the topic that we checked in the classes. Uh, uh, the asynchronic way have better learning results. This is the positive aspects in technology. Well, my hypothesis. Secondary school students perceive in their English language skills thanks to use the new digital tools. Secondary school students have to the technological knowledge necessary for the use of digital tools in learning a second language. And the last one, secondary school students show a positive attitude towards the use of technology for learning a second language. My justification. Why can these new tools help in today's world? Okay, technology affects in lives every day and it's part of our lives. So we must know how to use them. The health emergency has changed the way the students and teachers teach and learn, and has brought to closer to technology. Uh, there is a talk of hybrid education that combines face-to-face and online classes. These tools will facilitate learning for students. Uh, well, Mexico is a country that doesn't obtain great results within the population, according to several studies. This country is going to every year despite the efforts made. English is a global need. It's one of the most spoken language in the world. So speaking it's become a requirement to find a job and excel and to obtain or to get some job. Some examples of these digital tools: uh, the BBC Learning English, the English Mention, English Byte, Language Guide, Word Reference, Merriam-Webster. And this is an examples of these technologies. Okay, um, what authors support my ideas? Okay, according to Harmer 2021, research language computer games provide students with opportunity to learn dialogues and text, practice grammar and vocabulary, and even listen to text and record the speech. Neri 22 emphasized the diversity of forms of electronic communication: chat rooms, interactive games, audio and video, conferences and virtual environments exist simultaneously. Emails, electronic forums, and new groups appear asynchronously. The use of internet for language teaching has been of decisive importance. Castillo and Polanco, 25. Connectivism has a central idea that knowledge is distributed through a network of connection, and therefore learning consists of the ability to build and cross those networks. And constructivism helps explain the acquisition and develop for reading comprehension skills and strategy for understanding the English text. Well, the new digital tools can be work as a didactic resource and also an objective and reflection as a mean expression, production, and management of knowledge based on pedagogical objective as a component in cross-cutting projects and learning environment. Well, here we have some advantage of using these new digital tools. Um, these digital tools will help the teachers to meet or to get all objectives and the students have a better learning through other methods. And the idea is making to do a disruption in the traditional. The advantage of use these use digital tools, the interest and motivation, the interaction between the students, development of initiative, learning from mistakes, greater communication between teacher and students, and cooperative learning. This is a big advantage if we use these new digital tools. Well, then, what was my methodology? Well, the research is focused in how they use the new digital tools for learning English can help in the first grade group A on the federal secondary as child academy. Um, the process and the diagnosis were carried out all from a descriptive, non-experimental, file-based point of view under a qualitative approach. Um, I work with the English teacher in retreat session on which we conduct the observation and finally the intervention. I made an interview with her. Um, I saw the strategies used the teacher, the activities and techniques used in the distant modality, as well the curricula and the learning at home. Aprende en casa, the program were considered. Um, the instruments used were a semi-structured interview to explore the teacher's knowledge and use of strategies during this distance work and observation guide to record the techniques, resources, and activities used by the teaching during their classes, and planning according to the syllables and study guides. Well, this is all for me. The main the main objective is that the teach will be easier, more interesting, and complete way to the, the learn and get all objectives. This is all for me. Thanks for your attention. Thanks.